useless human being you see in this photo falsely accused 15 men of rape. It was later proven she lied about every single one to make her ex jealous. This woman is Gemma Beale. In 2010, she cut herself with the wires hanging from a flower basket to make it look like somebody attacked her. She made up a story, went to the police, accused a random guy of raping her, and then that random guy was sent to prison. She realized she could win cases like this, and she accused 14 more men of raping her. And over the years, police spent more than 6,000 hours investigating her claims. By their estimations, it also cost them about £350,000. It took a few years, but they eventually found out that this bitch had made everything up. All because she wanted to make one of her exes jealous and feel somewhat important. To make matters worse, she had zero remorse for her crimes and was sentenced to 10 years in prison. And I know there's gonna be some useless people who are gonna comment about how much they feel bad for her. Feel bad for the innocent men she accused. They didn't do anything wrong. They're the real victims. This ogre-looking fuck should have been jailed for 100.
Is it impossible to win in family court as a man? No. From 2008 to 2012, I was falsely accused of abusing my kids. I didn't take it very seriously, and in 2012, I was falsely charged with child abuse. I went to jail. I couldn't see my kids for 5 years, and I served the full sentence of abusing my kids when I didn't. And there's actually a strange twist to this story. From 2012 to 2019, I started another relationship, and that woman supported me in court. We had 2 more kids, but in 2019, when we broke up, she told me that if I didn't do what she said, she would make false claims against me, ruin my life, use my old case against me, and put me in jail. That's pretty evil. And she wasn't letting me see my kids for 1 month. I hired a lawyer, and if you want to see how I dominated her in court and taught thousands of men to do the same thing, watch part 2 of this video, and you won't be thinking.
MGTOW is growing because of feminism. Feminists will claim that it's traditionalist rhetoric that creates this bias. But even if there's some truth to this, it still disregards how feminist-backed legislation has created major imbalance. One example is no-fault divorce, where a woman, who by far initiates most divorces, can leave a guy because she's bored, still get alimony from him, and get child support while denying him the ability to see his children. Topping this off is the imputed income standard that both child support and alimony judgments are based on. Imputed income means earning potential either due to past work or level of education. So if a male engineer makes far less money today than he did 20 years ago, the imputed income standard would still be used against him. When many men can't make such payments, they essentially become debtors' prisoners. What a joke. Let's make it easier for women to leave men for whatever reasons, but yet allow them to still leech off of that same guy after they leave him. Feminism has mutated into such an extremist supremacist ideology that men are realizing that they are in serious danger of losing their rights. Men are disillusioned and terrified of what's happening. They don't want to fall under the axe of losing their liberties in prison for being falsely accused of rape and sexual assault. They don't want to be coerced by the state into providing alimony. They don't want to be trapped with a baby only to lose custody. They look at women and decide that they fail a risk-benefit analysis. Women have absolutely nothing to offer men other than sex. And with the hysteria surrounding rape, such as the Me Too movement, even that has become too dangerous. Women have priced themselves out of the market by overplaying the victim card. Men realize that they are damned if they do and damned if they don't. They're wimps for not approaching women, and predators for asking a girl out. Weak for not defending themselves, and misogynists for defending themselves. Young men feel as if they just don't have a voice in society anymore, and they're right. Here's what a friend of mine has to say about MGTOW.
I don't hate women, but I can confidently say that I don't like women, and they can all fuck off or go away in society. My opinion as someone who is part of this group is that women complain about nothing being equal. They get all the benefits in life that men can't. Women can sell their bodies, be beautiful, and generate money and income with barely lifting a finger in this society, while men have to work their arses off. Women get the luxury of choosing whoever they want, based on looks and status. Men can't judge women by their own flaws and faults because that's sexist, quote unquote. Men are tired because they've been told by their mothers that being a great man that'll get you the woman you want is simply by being a hard-working, honest and nice man, that's false. Women can do and say mean and shitty things to me with no consequence. They accuse men with no consequences. Nobody wants to hear our side. Men are leaving because they see there is absolutely no benefit in talking to women aside from sex. No connections and no honesty. Women love men that treat them like second-class citizens, while men that try to treat them like top citizens get shitted on. Women are finally getting what they put out, and I'm glad. I hardly can look at some the same when I interact with them. Everything makes me cringe. I know it's a game. I can hear how they talk about their boyfriends, or how some wives treat their men in public. I have no respect, and it's going to be hard for me to find that sympathy for women again. I went down the rabbit hole, and it's very much true the factors that go against a man. Women don't want equality. If you treat a woman better, she'll treat you like you're disposable. I have a neighbor who divorced her husband and literally plays on her phone all day and doesn't watch her kids at all. She just collects a check and works as an at-home behavioral therapist who can't even discipline her own kids. She's brought every type of guy over to fuck in front of her young kids. And this guy she divorced just has to keep putting out money. And she dumped him all because he lost his job from an injury and got pay. It's sickening. There's no such thing as a nice guy. Most men who generally are nice were taught how to be nice to women by their mothers, but have learned that it's just false. Being the opposite of what your mom told you women liked is how you should act. Women are just shitty in general. They can shame and belittle you, tell you to kill yourself, and they'll never have to face a day of accountability. I've never met a woman I could say I've had a positive experience with. Women judge you before they know you. The shallowest creatures on this planet. Watch how they treat homeless people. They'll give you a good vision of how they truly view people that aren't worth their time.
My prediction is that if feminism continues to be totalitarian and invasive, MGTOW will mutate into a segregationist movement out of necessity. You're already seeing the embers of this with ghosting, dropping out of society entirely, doing your best not to be noticed at all. If it gets bad enough, some of them will even affiliate with radical Islamic groups, not out of any desire for meaning or purpose, but simply because the concept of Sharia law will give them a feeling of protection from what they consider to be 50% of the generation being malevolent. Better them than us will be the mentality, because they will have totally given up on any hope for genuine equality. That's all for today on Manhood. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. If you find value in my videos, you can show your support through PayPal or Cash App. The links are in the description. See you next time. Cheers.